Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Very excited today. We have an incredible show lined up for you. It's the Quarantine Concert Series, baby. I am matching the graphics. Got a light blue shirt on. You can tell when I'm really excited about the show. I try to get all matchy-matchy with the graphics with my wardrobe. So I'm your host, Kabir Segal. This is concert number 81 in 60-something consecutive days. It's been very much a thrill to be producing these shows and bringing you live music every day, sometimes twice a day, like today. And couldn't do it without my partners, Camilo and Santra, incredible audio mixing team and part-time psychiatrists. Actually, they don't have, they're music therapists in a way. They can sort of listen to the musicians and help musicians, and they're great, great people. So, that's why I'm going to be going fishing with them. Let's show them the graphic. In 20 shows, we will be retiring this concert series, and that's me fishing. That's Camilo telling me how to fish, and that's Sandra telling us where to fish with Oreo, their dog, and their other dog named Maui. Obviously, we're driving in the direction of Maui. So that is us. We'll be going fishing together and hopefully retiring this after 100 shows. So we're going to be going until early June. And then, but until then, bring you music every single day live. It's a great, great honor to be working with incredible artists. And by now, we're suffering through an international pandemic and very difficult for live artists out there because a lot of gigs have gone away. It's hard to go touring. Oh, wow, look at all that fancy bubbles. Wow, we're drowning. No. And I got to say that it's really been an honor because to work with these incredible artists and to put the spotlight on them. These are the incredible people who give us their mind, body, and soul through their music, their vitality, their virtuosity. And it's important to be there for the creative community. I recently wrote this op-ed in Market Watch about how you can support artists. So see here, the title of the article, Become a Patron of the Arts to Help the U.S. Economy Get Back in Tune. The U.S. economy is very resilient, of course. Some 5% of the economy, of the GDP, comes from the creative industry. That includes independent artists. And so if you want to be a patron of the arts, there's multiple ways to do that. You can host a show. You can, of course, buy the music, stream the music. The website called Patreon. You can go support an artist and buy all kinds of products from them. You can also donate to arts-related charities. So that's what you can do to support the artist. It's always been a relationship between artists and patrons going back to thousands of years. All right, I want to thank the folks at All About Jazz for simulcasting a lot of these concerts. Great website, this jazz journalism. So if you're an artist, go make an artist page. If you're able to and you're a patron, go make a donation as well. Important to support great journalism happening at All About Jazz. I also want to move on to the next topic here, and that's the quarantine film series. We started a quarantine film series where we have conversations with filmmakers. These are filmmakers who've made films that have been accepted into top film festivals like South by Southwest and the Tribeca Film Festival. And unfortunately, these festivals have been canceled too. So these are conversations with filmmakers who've made the movies that you will be seeing on Netflix and HBO and all the streaming services in the months and years ahead. This one, for example, TT the Artist, great producer, artist, from Baltimore. She created a movie called Dark City Beneath the Beat, which was an official selection of South by Southwest. And just recommend you. It's hard, you can't really see these movies, but you'll get a little flavor of what the movies are about. And that's actually one of the reasons I'm really excited about this show, because I created a movie about Sandro Rocha music, and we're going to meet the artist in a second, who's a master, really a maestro. So, but more soon. One more thing, the word of the day. We always pick a music word of the day, right? And we always pick a word of the day inspired by the artist. This time, the artist's name, his name begins with a Z. So in honor of him, we've picked an instrument here. Let's look at it. It's actually pronounced zils. Turkish finger cymbals. That's what it is. I don't think there'll be any zils playing today. But if there is, we'll all be in for a treat. There will be a pop quiz at the end of the broadcast. If you can tell me what the word of the day is, you will get a prize. What is the prize? A puppy giving you a trophy. There it is, right there. So we have a four-time defending champion in Claudia Miranda. Let's see, Claudia, if you can defend your crown. But you will see. She's very good. But can someone claim the puppy trophy? Stay tuned. Zeals. All right, moving up next. Where can you find us? You can find us everywhere. We're on the Facebook. We're also on the Twitter. We're also on the very, 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 very delicious Instagram cracker. That's right. Graham cracker, baby. Also on the very nice LinkedIn. If you're looking for a job right now on LinkedIn, stay with us. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Our heart goes out to you, but we want to keep you motivated and inspired with the music so you can go crush your job search. That's right. And lastly, we're also on the YouTube and Periscope. There's my Periscopes: up Periscope, down Periscope, up Periscope, down Periscope, up Periscope, down Periscope. Also on Twitch. We be twitching. All right, we're everywhere. That's right. You want to be a guest on the show? It's difficult because we're winding this down. Have a waiting list of artists. But if you really want to get on the show, you want to skip the line. I'll tell you who gets to skip the line. Clients of Sandra and Camilo. That's who gets to skip the line. So preferential treatment. So send them an email. Hit them up. That's right. Sandra and Camilo is where it's at. They have the keys to the production. That's it for that. Now for the best part where we get to meet the incredible artist. This guy really is incredible. It's really a privilege to have him on. A multi-instrumentalist, composer, arranger, producer, maestro, playing. Everyone asks me what kind of music do I listen to, and this is the kind of music I listen to, like, for fun. And I've listened to his stuff. He has some incredible videos out there. You really get. Some of you know who he is already, but if you're meeting him for the first time, you're gonna fall in love with him. He's so professional. He's on time. He's very polished and just wonderful musician. So let's bring him into the show. Welcome, Zacbe Pichardo. Hola.
Hola. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Tell me, where are you broadcasting from tonight?
We are in Chicago. Very wet Chicago. There's flooding warnings everywhere, but it's beautiful because everything is gonna grow after this.
Good way to see it. Yes, seeing what comes out of the flood, and a good metaphor for what we're going through as a country. Tell me, how has the quarantine affected your touring and your gigs? What did you have lined up that you've since had to cancel?
Well, right now, actually, I was supposed to be in this huge production in for the Goodman Theater of a mariachi-inspired play with live music. So we were gonna have a whole month of May performing every day, and it was very exciting. But that was one of the casualties of this quarantine. Hopefully we'll be doing it next year. But that's just one example. I mean, basically all of my performances got canceled. I had a trip that I was gonna go to Europe, and I think that's gonna be canceled as well. So basically everything is in hold or canceled, and just trying to figure out how to move on from feeling bad about it, and just kind of like getting just enjoying the new normal, I guess.
Yes, exactly. It is the new normal. You're in Chicago. I'm in Atlanta. Just so you see the crawl at the bottom of the screen. We want to tell Zacbe where you are watching from. So everyone drop a comment in your fields, and we want to let him know everywhere that his music is reverberating. We can't be with you in person, but we want to know where you're listening from. So let us know. Tell me, Zacbe, how do you structure your days in quarantine? What is do you go for a walk? How do you pass the time? Do you spend much time for practicing? What does the average day look for you?
Well, actually, in the beginning of this whole thing, I felt really energized, and I started, spending a lot of time developing my YouTube channel, learning what it was to create that YouTube channel, to make it look, presentable. And it was really fun because I learned a lot. There's like a whole science behind how to make the channel look, presentable, and the specific fonts, specific thumbnails and everything. So I learned a lot, and then I got inspired by my friend's idea of creating, just like you, a concert series. And the idea was that people always tell me how relaxed they feel, how much they like the harp music, and also it's the Mexican harp music is not very well known anywhere, not even in Mexico. So I figured, well, people really like the harp music, and it could help them feel a little more at peace, or just relax them, or make even at least make them forget a little bit of what's happening out there. Then a good concert series would be a good idea. And so I started in the mornings, and then I created this other kind of like another take on it, which was candlelight. So I did a few of those. But after a while, after a few of them, I realized that I was kind of like too focused on work and trying to figure out how I was gonna make money, how I was gonna replace those canceled concerts. And then I figured out that I don't have to really. I've always trusted on things showing up at the right moment when they need to be showing up, and it has always worked in throughout my life. And it's just like as long as you trust it, it happens.
That's faith right there.
Yeah, and so I figured that out, and then instead of like worrying so much about work and finding money and finding ways to be able to pay rent or whatever, I started to actually connect with my spirituality again. After I think like a couple of years, I was pretty um, advanced, I guess, in the research of it. And I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm talking about everything, like
Right.
anything that came my way. Just learning about all different types of practices, all different types of traditions, and then just kind of like keeping whatever resonated with me. And so I kind of give that away for a little bit, and then now I'm actually starting to focus on it a little bit more, and it actually helps a lot. It helps you gain that inner peace, to not feel bad about if it's raining outside, if you have to wear a mask, if you cannot go to the park, or cannot go to your friends, or
Yeah.
not worry about that. Just worry about, well, not worry really, enjoy your home.
Well,
Because now, like, when is the last time that you really enjoy your home and not worry about like meeting your friends or going to the bar or work
yes, and
or
I'm enjoying
anything?
it more these days with all the great music we've been able to listen to and all the great new
Yeah.
artists such as you. We would love for you to fill all of our homes with your wonderful music.
Okay,
What would
let's
you
do
like
it.
to start with?
Well, like I was saying, Mexican harp music is not as well known, and if you know any harp music in Mexico, you are gonna definitely talk about what you were saying, son jarocho, which is a region in Mexico, a cultural region. Mexico is divided in states, but within those states, there's cultural regions which actually go over state lines. So you might have a cultural region that has like just one state, or just a part of the state, or like 5 states, depending on where it is. And so the thing that we don't know is that harp music in Mexico is a huge variety of regions, cultural regions. From Chiapas, which is like the Mayans, they have harp. Veracruz, Guerrero, and then all the way to the north in Sonora with the Yaquis. And so there's a huge variety. And I don't have all the harps. I wish. They're all different sizes. There's small ones. There's huge ones. There's metal strings. There's gut strings. Everything. And so instead of just playing all harp music from Veracruz, which is the one that is the most known now, I'm gonna try to do a little variety of different places in Mexico. And the first one, it's very important because it's in the jarocho tradition. You always play this one first because it's kind of like a asking for permission to start creating. Well, start the party, and but also to
Permission granted. Vamos, vámonos.
to open the space for music, basically. So it's called Sikisiri, and it's called the King of All Sones.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo. So beautiful. I love that song. And I know it can go on for the entire show. So really,
Well,
really
yeah, the cool
beautiful.
thing about Sones is that it's not really a song.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of a song. It never
Totally.
ends. Basically, you go to a fandango and then you resume the song, and then when you end it, you just put a pause, and then somebody else somewhere else will resume it for you.
Yeah. Beautiful. Hey, question for you. I have a couple questions coming in. What kind of, how do you transport your harp? Do you have like a big car that you have to put it in? Yeah, exactly. See the muscles.
With my
Yeah.
arms. Yeah, basically that's it. I mean, I definitely I have a bigger car. I cannot have a sedan, for example,
Yeah.
to have the harp comfortably fit in there.
Hmm.
But other than that, just just carry it. I mean, the biggest joke in the harp community is anybody can play the harp, but not everybody can carry it.
Yeah, it's probably a similar. I'm a bass player, so the upright bass. We probably have similar cars here. Daisy wants to know when did he start playing the harp? What age did he start playing the harp?
Actually, that's a very specific question. I started in 2006, in the summer, probably July or August.
Wow, coming up on your anniversary here. So
Yeah, I
it
guess.
was a hot summer night, and I fell in love with, with the harp.
Actually, it's kind of like a funny story. Well, not funny, but it was.
Tell us.
Um, so basically, to get the job, I had to learn how to play the harp. So I said yes, and then they took me into Sones de Mexico, which is the group that I play here in Chicago with, which we specialize in Mexican traditional music from all over the country. They said, we just lost our harpist, and we need a harp player. Would you be willing to come to this a tour, a week-long tour for the Smithsonian in Washington D.C.? And I was like, well, I don't really know how to play the harp. And they're like, it's okay. You just learn it, and because they knew that I was I'm a musician. My dad was the music director, so he knew that I was going to be able to do it. And basically, during that week, I learned how to play the harp. The funniest thing about the tour was that at some point we were playing in this huge stage with like thousands of people in front of us, and there was this rap guy with this hip hop rapper, and he was just doing all this raps in for La Bamba, and then he said like, all right, so now everybody just hear the harp, and everybody just stopped playing, and it was by myself, and all I knew how to play the harp, all I knew how to play the bamba with was this.
Epa.
So basically, I played that for like 5 minutes, and then everybody was just like, yeah. I'm like, great. So yeah, it's interesting how it works.
Muy interesante. So we would love to hear another one. What do you have next in the lineup?
So the next one is actually not from Veracruz. It's Corrido, and it's a song from the Mexican Revolution times, and it's about a woman, a very respected woman, because she fought in the war. She was, as heroic and as any man or any human that has ever been in the war. And so they created this corrido, which basically just talks about how all these soldiers are falling in love with her because she's such a the word that comes in my mind, I don't know if I can say in public, but she's just a really strong, awesome
Got
heroine.
it.
So it's called Valentina, and it's one of those songs that you can play in the harp. And even though it's about a soldier, a lieutenant, it almost sounds like a lullaby. So let's see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of
They
people.
love that one.
Yeah.
So everyone knows what to do. If you put the emoji on this as a comment, I will translate your emoji into real action. So here we go. Camilo's going to start. We have clap, heart,
Nice.
clap, clap, clap,
Nice.
clap, 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 heart, heart, clap, clap, heart, heart, clap, clap. Que beleza.
This is just like the real thing.
Yeah. Daisy's got some bravo, heart, heart, bravo, heart, heart, bravo, heart, heart, bravo, heart, heart. Judith says, hermosa, hermosa. All right, Daisy's gonna make me work for
Thank
this one.
you.
All right, here we go. Clap,
Oh,
clap,
wow.
clap, 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 clap. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Up, up, down, down. Left, right, select start. See? A lot
Wow.
of love for you, my friend.
This
And
one was
now we have
popular.
Daisy going, eh. See? So, settle down, settle down, settle down. And see?
That's pretty good, man.
How about a smirk? So that was beautiful. I really love that one.
Thank you.
For those people who are unfamiliar with Son Jarocho music, describe the experience of going to a fandango. What is a fandango? What can they expect when they go to one?
So son jarocho, for those of people who don't know, it's a specific style of traditional Mexican music from the south part of Veracruz, and it also includes Oaxaca and Tabasco, which is not. It's called Sotavento, the region, and then so jarocho is kind of just the style. And jarocho is basically the nickname of people from Veracruz, and so there's these parties, these community-based parties where anybody is welcome. Anybody is welcome to come in to either play an instrument, to sing verses, to dance, or just to eat and listen or talk to your friends. And then these fandangos go usually all night long. It starts around 9, 10 p.m. and it ends basically whenever people just like end it. They just kind of like, okay, that's enough. Which is kind of like also when the song is end. The song is end whenever somebody just kind of says, you know what, this is the last verse. It's been 2 hours playing this, and we don't have enough, so we just want something else. And they just play something else for like maybe like 5 minutes, depending on the people there. So it's you never know how long these things are gonna be. And I was telling you, you were asking me, why do you not see the harp so much in the fandangos? And I mean, it's very easy because these fandangos, you'll see 20, 30 jaranas, 10 requintos or more, all bunch of percussion instruments, leonas, which are like huge bass, very big sounding instruments, and then zapateado, which is hugely loud, very, very loud. So it's just basically a huge sound of people just in a communal sound, basically. And even though the harp's such a big instrument and it has a big resonance box, I mean, you can't compete against 50 people playing around you. So for me, whenever I go to a fandango, I don't really focus so much in showing off how fast can I play, how many notes can I play, how loud can I play. I focus more in connecting with everybody else around me. And if I'm the only one that can hear myself, that's good enough for me. So I'll go closer to the harp and I listen to myself in the context of everything around me. And it's just like connection type of thing.
Yeah.
And these are the things that you do in small towns in Veracruz to get to know your community. That's where you find your girlfriends, your wives, your best friends, everything. You might find like a job or anything that the community can provide you. You will be able to find in a fandango.
Exactly. The other solution maybe is to have 50 harp players show up to the fandango, an army of harp
Well,
players.
there's a festival for
yeah?
harp, so I'm sure
Donde?
they're trying
Where
that
is
out.
it?
I actually don't. It's a small town in Mexico. I don't remember the name, but just look it up. Like Mexican Harp Festival, and you
Yeah,
probably find it.
we'll have to go check it out when this quarantine's over. And tell me, when it comes to jarocho music, where should people begin if they're just starting down this so-called rabbit hole of listening to this new type of music and they're unfamiliar with it? What would you recommend they listen to?
Well, I would say either there's two branches that I think are very inviting. Either son de madera, which is they're very traditional, but with like a more electronics. Well, not electronic, but like more. How would you describe it? Just like
Yeah,
plugged,
I
plugged
think you're right.
sound.
Hmm.
It's not electronic, but it's still acoustic, but they plug in. So you hear the power of the instruments. Either them or cojolites. Those are the other guys that are also all plugged in. You can hear these instruments very clearly, and they will make you feel this music. They will make you move to this music. Either one of them. And then after that, there's a huge variety of groups. The most important one that we have, which is one of the one group that started the whole movement of jaraneros like 30 years ago, is Mono Blanco. And with that also Los Vega, which is like a family that has been playing this music for a long time, and they also are starting to get more modern with their technology and instruments.
Yeah.
So with those, it's kind of like a huge variety of different, like from more traditional to more plugged in to a little more avant-garde. The colitas are the ones that have been exploring the most. They're just doing all this crazy.
It's crazy. We have so many
harmonies and stuff.
We have so many friends in common. We were talking in so many mutual friends in the jarocho community. I'm not an official member of it. I'm a temporary member in a way. But that's the good thing. It's so inviting. You're almost embraced by the community. And
as long as you can grab a jarana and start strumming it,
yes,
then you're part of the jarocho
exactly.
movement.
I have my leona. I'm a leonero. So we would love to hear another song. What would you like to play with us?
Well, this one actually you brought up. It's a good idea.
My favorite
Everybody knows this song, but usually they know the commercial version, the mariachi version, and it's a shame that that we don't know the actual traditional version. But more and more, because the jarocho music it's becoming more and more popular, then we are being able to hear this song in a more traditional manner, which actually is even more powerful than the commercial version. So I hope that you guys like it. And it's called El Cascabel, or in English, the rattle.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
whole Fandango's here showing up and giving you a round of applause. One of my favorite songs. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. El Cascabel. El Cascabel. Zacbe
Nice.
Pichardo. Maestro. Muy excelente, mi hermano. Yes. All right, Daisy is putting up the Cascabels.
Nice.
And then Daisy's got this going on.
Wow. That's actually very good.
Yep,
I think it's a big one.
we got Maxime. Heart, 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 heart. We got Camilo's heart. Claudia Miranda, beautiful, crisply wonderful. Wow, that's a good way to say it. Actually, I do want to share with you something, Zacbe. We always ask the audience what we should present the artist. And so while you're performing that song, we asked, what should we present? And so we like to present you the highest honor on the quarantine concert series. You have earned the highest honor with your incredible
you.
artistry, something that you will be proud of and you can tell your grandchildren about. We would like to present to you the horse trophy. Please.
The
There it
horse
is.
trophy. Wow.
There it is. See? You're now the
Wow, thank you very much. I feel very honored.
yeah, so you can make a speech if you
Wow.
like. And we thought I'd be keep it in the Hirocha family with the horses.
Well, horses are a big part of So Jarocho. We use the
Quijada.
quijada de caballo.
Let's put that horse back up on the screen. with the quijada. Tell us about the
Yeah,
quijada.
the
What's
quijada.
the what's the quijada? What's the quijada?
Well, it's a African tradition that came from South America, from Peru, and basically it's just the jaw of either a donkey or mule or a horse, and then you scrape it and then you hit it, and then when you hit it, it's kind of like it just vibrates, and so when you do really cool
syncopation and stuff with it.
variations, you can do some pretty nice sounds. So yeah, and any horse that we use, obviously, it's gonna be natural death cause, and
Yes.
probably very very appreciated and very precious to everybody.
Yes. No horses
was-
were injured in the creation
No,
of this
never.
trophy. So beautiful.
Thank
Tell
you.
us. Yeah, exactly. Tell us about your about El Cascabel. Something I think the audience may like to know is it's about there's all kinds of double meanings with the lyrics too, right? So there's about the Cascabel. My understanding, a Cascabel with a snake, but there's also a Cascabel what a woman can wear a Cascabel around her as a necklace. And people say, "Is that your Cascabel?" And, oh, did I buy it or did someone else buy it? So there's a lot of flirting and subtlety that goes on with these lyrics. Maybe you could talk about the lyrics in this kind of music and the subversion in a way of saying something but meaning something else.
So I don't know anybody that knows Mexican ever, or if you have ever met a Mexican and get really comfortable with them, especially people in Mexico City, we tend to play with words to bend the reality of things. So when you might say something very innocent, a normal phrase that has no sexual connotation or no funny connotation or no connotation whatsoever, we will find one, and then we will just like start going at it. And if I'm doing it with somebody from Mexico City or from somebody from another part of Mexico, we will go on and after like we just do comebacks, and it becomes this really fun like way of talking that when you can only hear my words as they are, they're kind of boring. But when you actually start putting meaning to them, it starts to be very very fun. That's why it's called picardia in a way, or albur. And so in these lyrics, I mean, basically these lyrics are meant, these are verses, and usually they are improvised, or traditionally should be improvised. So that means that whoever is doing these lyrics are improvising from whatever their surroundings are. And because the music comes from small towns, from rural areas, usually talks about either animals or like love or like like you're saying, flirting or anything. Like you might be, like I'm saying, you're in a fandango and then you're singing a verse, and then you like that girl that is dancing, and then she's wearing red, and then you might be talking about like a cascabel. I would like to take that cascabel away from that dress, that red dress, or something like that. And then you are actually talking to her through verse, through singing, and then in a way that she will notice you, and you be like, oh, okay, you know, and then it starts to create that connection. So that's what I was talking about. You connect with the community, and you can create relationships, very
Yeah.
strong relationships. So basically, the verses, and they're not really specifically only rural, only small town topics.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics, well, these verses are meant to represent your realities. So if you're in the city, I mean, you're welcome to create verses about the city and whatever city you're in, or suburban area, or wherever you're at.
Muchas gracias. Un otra, por favor.
Well, this one is actually a original piece, original song that uh, I created. What's it called? Inspired in the connection between Mexico and Russia. One of the things that I found about Mexican traditional music is that a lot of the songs that we know are kind of like interpretations of other styles of music or other songs that maybe somebody heard at some point, and maybe when they came home they really liked the melody, but they don't really remember it 100%, or they don't know the chords or something. And so instead of just repeating that song that they heard, they actually create a new one within the style of their surroundings. And so, that's what we have now. If you go to Mexico and start really digging information, you're gonna find a huge variety of styles. And so this one, it's like I said, it was a commission that I did for Sons de Mexico about this Russian movie about Mexico, the revolution in Mexico. And so it's called Madre Tierra, and it talks about the struggle between the farmers, those people that were being abused before the revolution, and why the revolution happened. When it's enough. Enough is enough, and when are you willing to take those arms and actually fight and put your life on the line to be able to have a better future. So that's kind of like what this song is all about. And Madre Tierra basically just, the motherland, which is a thing that the Russians love to use. They don't really think about father, they talk about mother. And that's something that we in Mexico also have. We appreciate our mothers a little more than our fathers. So, yeah, so hopefully you can see the connection. And this is the style of Sone Tarima, which is from Guerrero. So here we go, Madre Tierra.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful. Muy bonito. Wow. That was so beautiful. It's a standing ovation now. See?
Wow, yeah.
That's when Judith gives all this love. Daisy's telling me to do it, so you're going to get the best prize on the show.
Oh, wow. Wow, beautiful. That's awesome. Are those your mothers?
Flower arrangement, just for you. Also,
Oh, okay.
you get the house plant.
Oh, nice. I love
The house
plants.
plant.
Yeah. Oh, is that champagne or?
Champagne.
Oh, nice.
That's the real Fandango.
Wow, yeah. Maybe you can do some Doritos with that.
Yes, you
Thank
have
you.
a lot of love.
Thank you so much.
And if we really want, we might be able to get a lock of Camilo's hair because he's growing it out now. And we can get that sent to you as well.
Wow.
So that was beautiful. Really, really. Daisy says I should give you my kidney, but I think that might be a bridge too far. Unless you really needed one, then we can.
I'm okay.
We can
but
certainly
maybe
talk.
later.
Guinea beans. Yeah, offers for life. So that was beautiful. I really admire you and your music. You really are an integral member of the This Is Musical community. I know you're. Maybe you can talk about it if you're recording something. We love to. I want everyone to check out Zacbe's website. Let's put his website up on the screen. ZacbePichardo.com. There it is. Check him out. He has some great videos up there. And he'll also probably put his new music up there when it's ready so you can get notified on it. And he has all kinds of great resources and pictures and photos. And follow him on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you join his fan club or apply to be the vice president of his fan club or the treasurer. If you want to be the treasurer's fan club, you have to manage the finances. Well,
basically, right now what I'm focusing on is the YouTube channel. I've been putting a lot of different videos. I have a bunch of live streams, hour-long harp music for whatever it is that you want to hear it, and different ways of seeing it. And I'm putting new videos there. Planning to. I'm recording right now an album of all this music, all this traditional music from Mexico, specifically, just the harp. And I'm putting those songs on YouTube. So if you want to hear any of these, more of these, go to my YouTube channel, which is basically just YouTube, and then just look for my name, Zacbe.
you got it. Zacbe. It's good. Zach, have a word of the day winner again. Claudia Miranda is now a 5-time champion. So let's give it up for Claudia Miranda. Congratulations.
Nice. Good job, Claudia.
See, you got a good job from the maestro himself. So for everyone keeping score at home.
Muy buen trabajo.
Yes, everyone's keeping score at home. The current holder of the horse trophy and my mom's flower arrangement and the plant and is Zacbe, and the current defending champion of the puppy trophy is Claudia Miranda, 5-time champion. Claudia, can you defend your crown? Can you defend your crown on the show tomorrow, which happens at 10 p.m. Eastern? We will find out. See, Daisy says she's coming for you, Claudia. So Let's see. Zacbe, thanks for being on the show. What a pleasure to have you on. Wishing you
Thank you for the
all the
invitation.
best with your next ventures. All right. I also want to say thanks. I want to tell you about tomorrow's show. But first, I want to talk about this amazing dynamic duo. You've heard of Batman and Robin. You've heard of Superman and Superwoman. Let me tell you about Sandra and Camilo. Put their website up on the screen. They are superhumans. They do the sound checks and there's their website, soundworksrecording.com. They take whatever the artist setup is and turn it into a nice sounding performance if they can. And so thanks for all the work they're doing. If you're an artist that needs any kind of audio services, reach out to soundworksrecording.com, mention one of their two dogs, Oreo or Maui. You may get a discount. You can also set up a time just to meet with the dogs. That they do charge by the hour for that. Or if you just want someone to talk to, they have a couch and you can listen. Sandra, I'm sure, has a clipboard where she can take notes and give you sympathy and company, and payable by PayPal, ACH, credit card, debit card, or traveler's checks. That is the show tonight. Tomorrow is a great show. Great show. Let me tell you about it. We have an Individuo. It's a great duo of two guitarists, I believe, Tiffany. Joy will be performing, and the two of them together. It'll be a wonderful show. We'll see everyone at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Have a great night, and stay home if you can. Good night, everyone.